Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam McCullough. He is Mr. Ronaldo Brown. We are here to talk Brighton against Manchester United, United's next fixture. We're going to be getting deja vu. We're going to be doubling up on this because we've got Brighton again in the cup after this game. So
I saw you worried about that. Why was you so worried about it?
I hate when
you
we
made a
play
big deal
teams
out-
twice in a row because I feel like you'll lose one and win one, and we'll probably win the cup one and lose the league one. And that would really pee me off, man, because we need to be getting these 3 points. We was asked for a title earlier, and the first thing I could think of is this game is a must win. And now I'm going to ask you that question in a minute, but first let me speak to the people at home. Guys, make sure you're subscribing. Get subscribed to Stretford Paddock. We got loads of content coming up for you over the weekend, reaction to the games, watch along, all that good stuff. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that. This guy's got a podcast called the Tier 1 Podcast, which will be up every single week as well. You know who your next guest is yet? You're not allowed to say?
Nah, it's a pretty big one, though.
Pretty big one.
But stay tuned, that's all I can say.
Wow. You can talk about
radio
the game.
phrase.
You can talk about the Brighton game. Do you agree with me that this is a must-win?
100%. Just with 100. Basically, let me expand, Adam. Because obviously we all saw the result last week, and I was pissed off. We all were as United fans. It wasn't even just the result; it was the performance as well. And with what's going on with the disappointment, all the transfers and the board and so on, we need something to lift us. And I think if we go and lose this weekend again, we could kind of, what's the opposite of momentum? Just momentum in the wrong way, basically.
Negative momentum.
Negative momentum.
Negative energy.
Negative energy. And that's what we need.
Vibes.
We was excited about this season, innit? And look what's happened. Basically started off against Palace, obviously they lost, and then obviously beat Luton, but no one really cares about that, if we're honest. And then obviously we had aspirations of actually finishing higher than we finished last season. And you got to be winning these games. You got to win against Brighton. You got to win against Palace. And with all things considered, as I've said, 100%, it's a must-win game.
It is.
But I think we will.
You're confident we will?
I think we'll bounce back. I've got confidence in my team.
See, because from what I've seen of Brighton so far, we'll talk about Brighton a little bit in depth as well, but they look like a good footballing side under Graham Potter. Obviously, they have the three at the back. They're going to be without Yves Bissouma, who got sent off for the Sweet Chin music. And he's a big part of that back three, sitting in front of the back three and protecting them. Obviously, you got the likes of Tariq Lamptey, who's going to bomb forward, Trossard, who can cause you problems down the other side. They've got width in there, and they've got some decent strikers, and I just got a feeling that these guys are gonna cause us issues. And if we go with that back four, they go with that back three, there's gonna be times where they get us one-on-one with Maguire and or Lindelof if he plays, which has been an issue for him. Now we are hearing rumours, and Ollie in his press conference was talking about Eric Bailly potentially being involved, potentially starting. Would you start him?
I'd start him.
Game? Why?
Because we saw Lindelof's performance last weekend, and it's been. I was saying this earlier in the reaction to the press conference, how last season we had all these great defensive statistics, but when you was actually looking at it like eye test, as I call it, or visually, we never looked that formidable in the back. And Maguire and Lindelof never ever looked like a formidable centre back in partnership. It did feel like he needed a little bit of dynamism and something a little bit different in that, and I think that's what Bailly brings. I think Bailly would complement Maguire better than Lindelof can, because he brings something different. He's like added a bit of an X factor. I don't want to call it, sometimes for the wrong reasons with Bailly, but he's obviously quicker than them. He's stronger than them. He's just a bit more imposing than them, I think.
I think people overlook how good he is with the ball.
I think he's good on it, but sometimes he takes risk in it. He wants to pull out a Cruyff turn and that in his own box, but he does look to go forward, and he does take a risk with his passes and that. I think we just need to freshen it up at the back. And Lindelof last week was nothing short of terrible, I think. And for Zaha,
is it all Lindelof's fault?
Now for his last goal, though, Zaha, that was weak. That was weak as piss. That
but
could have blocked it.
Is it all, are the issues that we have in defence, are they down to an individual making errors every single time? Or is it down to that defence as a unit not functioning properly as a unit?
I think you're right. I think it could be a unit thing. But because you do see it, sometimes certain players play better when they've got decent players around them. I think if all these defenders don't have confidence in each other, then it kind of shows. But it's obviously I spoke about the last goal with Zaha and it being Lindelof's issue or Lindelof's mistake. Wasn't the first goal pretty much Shaw's mistake when he fell asleep back post as well?
Well, they all fell asleep, didn't they? Yeah. I mean, Lindelof, I think he got to just on the 18-yard box. He got to the guy who crossed the ball. Was it AU? But in that position, you got a Wes Brown them, take ball man, and they're going into the stands. It should be a corner from that position. Do you get me? Yeah. And then the balls got passed. So once the balls got past Lindelof, who made the initial mistake, or he should have been tighter on that marking, you then had Harry Maguire, who was flat-footed central. Luke Shaw, who was in front of him, like he was in a weird position. Like everyone was all over the place. There wasn't really any structure to that defense, and that's why I asked you that question, because obviously in that back four you've got your captain in Harry Maguire. Should he be leading the line better? Is it down to someone like him leading the line better, or should there be that individual responsibility on Lindelof or on Bailly or on Luke Shaw, on Wan-Bissaka for themselves as well?
Do you know what? It could be a combination of both. Like, obviously, Maguire's captain, his skipper. And if he's a bit more commanding and he kind of fills the rest of the defenders in the back four with confidence, then you're obviously better off. But then again, as footballers and individuals, you've got to do your job. Everyone's got to do their own individual job, and you can't always rely on others. Because, as they say, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if you've got like a weak link in the back four in a team, then it doesn't help anyone else. So I think still I'm more on the kind of angle of everyone in the back four defensively, or anyone in a team for that matter, has got to do their job.
See, when you say you're only as strong as your weak link, and I totally hear you, I couldn't tell you who our weak link is in defence. Because there's so, like, I feel like it's not just Lindelof sometimes. At the back end of last season, after the coronavirus break and we came back and all that, I thought Lindelof looked better than Maguire at times. Like, I don't think Maguire has ever truly stepped into the shoes as a Manchester United player. I don't think he
played
still
every game,
feels
didn't he?
He's not. I want him to be angry. I want him to not angry, but aggressive in the right way. Yeah, you know, that controlled aggression. And I don't seem to see it there. Like, we make a mistake in the defense. He's not. What the fuck are you doing, Lindelof? Like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Pull it together. I don't see him talking to people enough. I don't see him directing. Now, maybe he's not that player, but then why is he captain? Why is he the one that's always playing? Have we got
that player though? That player that you're talking about. You're talking about like of the kind of Roy Keane leader kind of mold.
But no, I'm not asking for a Roy Keane. Roy Keane was special. Yeah. I mean, you can find defenders like that at Sunday League level that speak and that are vocal and that talk and that keep everybody in line and like. So I don't think it's down to being an out of this world leader, being a Robbo, being a Keane. I think it's down to doing basics sometimes and just communicating with people. We know he has his inadequacies in terms of he turns like the Titanic and he's a bit, he's not
he's
the
a bit
quickest.
languid, isn't it?
Yeah, but then Nemanja Vidic had issues like that as well, and it's the partner that you get alongside them. I just think he could do more in terms of vocally and leadership on that, because we need to see more in that defence. And I don't think we've got a defence that can potentially win you a title.
It's weird to saying it because, as I said, we heard all last season with all these mad stats about our one of the best defences in Europe and all this, and it felt contradictory because when you actually watch United games, you never looked like that defensively. So I'm not sure. And I think what the issue is we'll go through games. Obviously, we're doing well, getting clean sheets, but you always had that bit of feeling where there's a mistake in the back four, there's a mistake in the keeper, or we're going to concede at the wrong time. And I think you need to get rid of that if you actually want to progress and win titles. We finished third last season. We obviously wanted to kick on. And the only way you kick on from that is to actually challenge for the title. And you're not going to challenge for the title with defensive errors like that or people that are just not up for it, because we were flat last week and champions aren't flat game in, game out.
Why do you think we were flat last week? Was that a tired performance, or was that a lack of coaching, do you think? Because you looked at that and it was something's not. Like from the start, you could tell it we're going to go our way.
Felt pre-season-y in it a bit, the game. I thought it felt pre-season-y from United's perspective, but Palace obviously looked like they were in pretty much near mid-season form. I know they had their game the previous week, and that was basically the start of our season. But I don't know sometimes what you kind of look on when people are flat or when teams are flat Is that coaching? Is that the management? Did Solskjaer get him up for it? And you got to ask questions in that kind of aspect. But I know people are going to turn and say these players are experienced and they should get themselves up for the game anyway, and it's all on them. But sometimes you need the coach to kind of fire you up, and they didn't come out fired up.
I don't think you should have to be made, or you shouldn't need any special treatment to be up for a game at the start of the season.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I know they've got some...
You shouldn't need it, but it doesn't mean the coach can't do it anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Just a bit of reinforcement, because I feel like there's been a lot of games where United have come out flat, and then even worse, we've come out of second halves and been flat. And I'm thinking, is that down to the players, or is that down to Ole having that side of him where he just kind of gives them a rollicking or gives them a kick up the arse or kind of fires them up a little bit? And you just got to see if it carries on as a trend, and you got to start asking questions. In my eyes, I've said that quite often about it, but it's either that or maybe we've just got this players that are kind of just lackadaisical about it, and that's not what you kind of need at United.
Because we need to be demanding a lot more. And that performance against Palace was. Yeah. I haven't seen one like that in a while.
Frustrating.
It was a really weird. I've seen performances where we've lost or we've not got the result or we've defended badly. Like, I'm not saying that. But I never felt at one point we'd get back into that game. Like, I never really ever felt it, and that's bad for a Man United side, especially under Ole, because since he's come in as manager, that's one thing I have felt going into any game. We could win it, even if we had a worse off team or whatever. In terms of obviously going into this game, Brighton and Hove Albion, is there anything that they worries you from them? As
I think we mentioned before, and when looking at Brighton play, they look like a good outfit this season. They obviously play good football, and they've added a few. Obviously, they don't have Basuma, as you just mentioned, who's kind of key to their success. I've got my mate's plays for Brighton, and he said they rate him very highly. And obviously, the emergence of the right back, Lamptey, on the thumbnail, he's looking like a bit of a prospect as well. What did he hit? 22 miles an hour, quickest player this season. So he can move, and that could be down the left side. Is he going to be one of them where he exposes Shaw and then kind of stops Rashford going the other way? And that could be a problem. But what also, being a winger, when you've got against a fullback or a wing back like Lamptey, these guys are quick and bomb forward constantly. And then if you have to track back, it takes away from your offensive game. If Rashford's got to keep going the other way, then it takes away from what he could do for us offensively. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. That's what worries me.
Isn't that something that we can possibly work on against them as well? Because Lamptey against Newcastle, they had quite an easy time of it. Yeah. I think that was down to Brighton playing really well. But in terms of if he's got Rashford to worry about,
he might not go forward.
Has he got as much? Now, I kind of got a feeling. We'll see our predicted teams in a bit, but I've got this feeling that Ole might go with a back three and just match them up because of the way we defended against Palace and because it gives you that. Do you not agree?
It's possible, isn't it? But do United need to go into a Brighton game feeling like we need to match up with them?
We shouldn't be.
Do you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be doing that. But I know what you're saying.
Some might argue Potter's a better coach.
You'll definitely get quoted on that.
I said the other day, like when you look at Everton and Leeds, they've got better coaches than Man United.
Ancelotti and Bielsa.
Ooh. They've got better coaches than Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal.
No, not Lampard. Lampard's not a coach, man.
Lampard's whack, bro.
Lampard's just Mason Mount's dad, and that's it.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Don't know why he loves Mason Mount so much.
Mason Mount defo come out of his sack.
He does every
only way to explain him starting every game. But the only way.
I don't know. We'll see in time, innit? We've got to watch and see what happens. But as for Brighton and a back three, it's possible, but it depends how you fit the personnel in and who actually misses out. I think obviously you're gonna have an extra defender, and one of the forward players are gonna miss out. But it depends who you actually take out of the team. Because I know Greenwood didn't start against Palace, so is he going to risk doing that again after he scored midweek?
Pogba didn't start midweek. He did start against Palace.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see him start against Palace, especially after we saw he had coronavirus. You know, he was taken out of training for a few weeks, went back into training late on. Who starts in the midfield area for you? Because Matic was, again, you kind of got to keep saying it was Luton, but he was very good against Luton.
Yeah, he was.
Good morning from Texas. I can't see who sent that in. Victoria Lucas with the super chat says good morning from Texas.
Gonna try an accent then.
Good morning to Texas.
That would have flopped. But
well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. But wait, are they not behind? They're 5 hours behind, I think. Don't quote me on that. Good morning. Anyway,
they are behind because Barbados is behind. It's the same direction.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But
all right. It's same good conversation for those at home.
I know, but
the midfield.
Who goes in the midfield? I want to see that three. You know, I know it's like risky. Donny, Pogba, and Bruno. How would you line it up
in a 4-2-3-1? 2 8s and a 10.
I think 40, kind of a 4-2-3-1, but a 4-2-3-1 can be a 4-3-3 with the wingers just being a bit deeper. Yeah, but I want to see it because I want to see it because obviously there's questions about whether it can work, and I think you're better off seeing if it can work early. Obviously, you're not going to try against one of the big teams. I don't want to be obviously being too disrespectful to Brighton because they're probably better than Palace.
See, I think you are.
I feel like they're better than Palace.
But, you can't be trying things out against Brighton. They're a well-drilled team. They'll pass the ball around you, They'll pass the ball. I tweeted during the Chelsea game.
It depends.
One of these teams has very good players and has spent loads of money, and the other one has the better coach. And it was clear, like through the football, that you could see Potter as a side that's playing football, playing in patterns, knocking the ball around really comfortably. They've got the boys at the back. Dunk. I think Stevens might be out for this game, which could be good for us. And they know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? But Bissouma's a big miss. Like you've got.
Yeah, he's a big miss. I don't know. The reason why I want to see it is because what will happen is we go into the game with the usual conventional lineup, with starting a Matic or whatever in defensive midfield. We possibly go 1-0 down with 20 minutes left, and then we end up reverting to that anyway to try and get the game back. So it depends. You could always change it. But would you rather start it and then change it if it's not working, or it's not working, we concede and then we change it to that anyway to try and win the game back? So I don't know.
I just think starting off with so much hot sauce, you're looking to get slapped.
And I did remember reading somewhere that Donny did play 6 games last season for Ajax in CDM.
No, he played more games deeper in an 8 or a 6 than he did a 10.
Yeah.
But when people got onto me because I tweeted and I did a video saying he can play in the number 6, but it wouldn't be Matic-like, it'd be Carrick-like.
Yeah.
Do you get me? People automatically think, when you think of a number 6, they think of Nemanja Matic or a Kante or a fucking Thomas Partey that's just going to be clamping man, getting into challenges and stuff. Well, you can play that role as a Carrick. As long as you can beat the press, get your passes off, occasionally flinging a nice pass, you can play in that position. It's just, whether is it his preferred position? No, he'd rather be much further up the field, but I think he can do both. You saw against Villa, he would start just in front of the defence, and then he'd end up just in front of their defence.
So he's proper box to box.
Yeah.
I don't know. It does. When I've watched the little I've seen for United from Donny, he does seem to be more on the attacking side of it, though. Even though he has played in the defensive positions for Ajax. So obviously it's different in the Dutch league when you're Ajax and you're better than everyone else by a country mile than being a number 6 in the Premier League for United. So
especially in Holland, where it's much more technical.
Yeah, it's very technical.
Probably less reliable on pace and the physicality. Like I can see, like in his first few months as a Premier League player, he's just going to be red-faced a lot of the time because the pace of the game is quite quick. Cam's telling us to move on to teams right now, but do you want to move on to teams yet, or do you want to keep chatting?
Well, we do what we want, innit?
Yeah, do what we want. It's our show, I suppose. Let's see what's going on in here. In the comments, people still talking about signings. We got Steve sniffling behind us over here. We're doing it uncensored, by the way. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Bailly needs to start, says Daniel. We know that is my opinion. We'll find out if that's your opinion now because we'll get your team. Can you remember the team you sent to Cam?
Can you put it up for us?
He has put it up, but there's no way you're reading that.
I can read that still. Icons, but...
Have you got your readers on?
I'm a 2020 vision. But De Gea is the keeper. a back four of Luke Shaw,
I know my team because
Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And then I've gone for that three.
Your handwriting's nice.
Thank you, mate. I don't know why, because I've not written in ages, but Pogba, Bruno, and Donny in the midfield.
Pogba is the 6.
Pogba is the 6. I was thinking Pogba or VDB, but I thought I'd do Pogba and just see how it works.
With those playing as a quarterback.
As a quarterback, kind of. I think he can do it, if it depends if he's on it or not. But I wanted to see something a little bit different in it. So I want to see if that 3 would work if they all play together. And
you initially put 2 Martials in your team?
Yeah.
That would have been good fun.
That would have been beneficial.
There is 2, Martial's brother and Pogba's brother play together for the same team now.
Actually.
Facts. If you would have told me that at the start of the summer, Pogba and Martial would be playing together for a different team, I probably would have cried.
I think I would have definitely, with all that's gone on. But anyway, if I've midfield, what I'll argue before people slate me for that 3 is the fact that with great players, they usually can work out how to play together anyway. So if you put 3 quality players together, it's either gonna
all my mates are ballers.
It's gonna hit or miss, and then obviously the usual front 3 of James out of it this week with Greenwood on the right, Martial up front, and Rashford on the left. And that is my team.
That's a good team.
It looks like a FIFA team, but
I've gone with the same front 3. I've gone with Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, De Gea obviously in goal, Luke Shaw, Maguire, and Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly is our best centre half. I've been saying it for years. I'll keep saying it until people recognise, and he has that Ballon d'Or in his hands because it is coming home. It's going to be the first centre back since Cannavaro to have won it.
He looks like the type of guy that would go and collect it wearing flip flops
and like some proper have you seen United? United's third kit.
Yeah,
his suit would be all that pattern.
Yeah.
Just like that. Just out there.
Nah, he's out there.
So we got Maguire, Bay, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw. I thought Williams played well against Luton. I just think we'll see Luke Shaw come back in. I've got Matic, Van der Beek.
Yeah.
Bruno just ahead of him, Greenwood, Rashford, Martial. I'd like to see Pogba come on for 20, 25, 30 minutes because his fitness he never had nothing. There was nothing in that system. I think Ali needs a slap for even starting him against Palace. Bruv, he had coronavirus a week before or something.
I thought, I'm not going to say that.
What? What?
I was going to say for professional athletes get a different version.
Oh, so you got some conspiracy theory, yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of.
We'll save that for your YouTube channel where you or Jay's.
Like,
have you seen Scotty and Matty? They talk rubbish.
That's
like
if you ever invite me on.
Tinfoil hats on. They don't invite anybody on. It's just him and
do yourself, kid.
Him and our kid being Ebony and Ivory together.
Ebony and Ivory.
Oh God,
that's brilliant.
Right, we did teams, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done teams.
Right, whose team was better? Mine.
My team's
got balance.
My team would beat yours on FIFA though. If that matters.
I'm not playing FIFA though, innit? Not playing FIFA.
There's literally one difference in the team, and that's you putting Matic and not. That's the only difference.
Yeah, I think we can play Van der Beek, Bruno, Pogba at some point, but
you think it's got up against a team where you definitively in? All right.
Let them get fit. Let Pogba get fit. Let all these guys get fit.
So what's your score prediction then?
Team. Oh, I like that little segue.
Segue in it.
Yeah, you learning? I'm going 2-1 United. I think. Look, whenever I feel a little bit skeptical about something, Ali proves me wrong and pulls it out of the bag. Yeah. So I'm hoping this is the same thing again. Rashford and Greenwood scored this week, so I think Martial and Bruno are going to get in the act.
Okay.
And get the goals.
I'm going 3-1. Greenwood to score first. Just like he did last season, didn't he? Against Brighton. Like the Amex.
Oh, we scored that Bruno goal, innit?
Yeah.
Counter-attack one.
I remember, was it Greenwood double step? Cut inside, near post. Yeah, it was.
Doesn't he do that every game?
He does it every game, though, pretty much. When he in that area, it's just smart as well.
Murder mace.
Go to the other half. But I'm going 3-1 Greenwood to score first. And I think I feel like we'll put in a decent performance tomorrow. And I'm hoping. I'm trying to wish it into existence. I'm trying to manifest it.
Yeah, I believe in that. Do you believe in that?
I do.
I do
believe in that.
If you say stuff enough times, it happens. This is my whole career.
Gotta believe, man.
Whole career ended up here just by me saying stuff in my bedroom.
Adam McCullough inspiration right there.
Yeah. What I was going to say, make sure you subscribe in Stretford Paddock. We got the watch along tomorrow. Who's on the watch along? Myself, Jay, Freddie, and Joe. Freddie.
All right. Wait, so you're on it tomorrow, Jay? Jay's trying to get out of the watch along.
Steez might be dead by then. Might be.
Who knows, innit? You can't wait to die.
Oh,
Jesus.
man. We
Anyway.
can't end this on that note. Can't do that. Can't do that. It's 2020. It's depressing. I know what we'll end it on. United are winning the league. I know we lost our first game of the season and it was depressing, but I'll tell you something. In 2012-13 season, when we signed Robin van Persie, a Dutchman, actually, we lost the game against Everton on the opening day of the season. In the game, our new Dutchman made his first appearance off the substitutes bench, like Donny van der Beek did. So, we're going to win the league?
Did Van Persie score in that game?
Nope.
But
so
Donny,
it's even better this
Donny
time.
did. Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
All right, so basically what you're saying is we're going to win the league?
Yep.
All right, fair enough.
Steve just said, yep.
I would agree.
He's just logged on to one of those betting accounts. Put a fat bag on it. Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe and like and comment and sharing. Do me a favor as well. Head over to my Instagram and comment a score prediction under the last video I did. You might be able to win a United shirt of some sorts. But, yeah, see you in a bit.